Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour. The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you.
Call security! Ryan in Chicago. You're on Rover's Morning Glory. Good morning, Ryan. I like this guy already. I like this guy. This guy, wow. All right. Now, do people tell you that you are a goofball? Or
We met young Ryan Hoppe. Ryan.
Okay, and your name?
Ryan Hoppe.
Okay, Ryan Hoppe. Where do you live?
Arlington Heights.
Ah, so you're from the rich north suburbs.
What's going on, Ryan Hoppe? This is Tony Romo.
Your buddy Ryan Hoppe.
No one knows who Ryan Hoppe is.
You never have to worry about offending Ryan Hoppe.
Isn't he like 7 foot tall?
He's 7 foot tall. He's
a kid.
He's a kid. He's been trying to find his place in radio.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He's just, I don't know. He spread himself pretty thin.
He's got good mentors.
And he's motivated.
Hoppe Hour is on now. Hoppe Hour is on now.
Yo, what's up? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. Live at the Kevin Harley Show Setup Studios in Newport Richie. Yeah. Been back. I've been doing the show here and there at my place in St. Petersburg, but it's good to be back. It's actually nice not being in a small apartment doing a show. It's actually relaxing being amongst friends and being in a legit setup. So once again, Kevin.
Hi, Ryan.
I cannot thank you enough for letting me use the room.
You're welcome, man.
Dude. Okay. I have a lot to get into tonight. Even though I've been doing a show every week, it feels like I haven't done one in 6 weeks because like I haven't been in here. It's a fresh feeling. I feel like I'm on top of my game right now. Not at all. But we have some breaking news to get into. So I've been teasing it on social media this week, and I'm going to get the production that I'm bringing into this segment, which is basically just CNN music. But I'm very pumped and very honored about my next announcement that I have. So I've been looking to grow the show. In the last few weeks, AJ from the 102.5 The Bone promotions team has been sitting in on the show as a panel member. So I was thinking, man, the show's really been growing, and it's getting a lot better having my friend here to help out with the show. So I'm proud to announce our agents were able to come to terms with the deal, and he has signed the contract. AJ is officially the co-host of Hoppe Hour. What up?
Hey, it feels great to finally, actually go in with you 100% with this show.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be here, man.
Hey, did you get that notarized? Just asking.
No.
All right, we'll get that done.
I need a fallback.
Yeah, we got a PR team here.
Yeah, dude, it's really cool to have you on because I feel like the last few weeks you were kind of becoming one, but it was sort of weird saying you're a panel member. And then I said the douchiest thing to him on the phone when we were talking. Because first of all, AJ got to sit in on the night show. What's it called? With Anna Hummel from 102.5 The Bone?
It is called Stay Woke with Anna Hummel.
He was on there from 12 to 1. He was the co-host. And I was talking to him. I'm kind of a douchebag because since I'm older than AJ, I like to think I can give him advice. But that's my ego just trying to feel good about myself. But I was talking to AJ prior to the show, and I'm just trying to pump him up. And I'm like, dude, what if we just called you a co-host? But you're now one because I don't want to jinx it because I was nervous about quick, in the past.
Real quick, I want to talk real quick. So Kevin, he was giving me a good he was pumping me up pretty well right before I bet before the show. Yeah, no,
he does that with me a lot.
He was very gentle,
okay.
And so he decided he was like, dude, you're gonna kill it. You got so much talent. I'm like, man, Hoppe's being genuinely nice. Like this feels great. And then by after 20 minutes of him giving me motivation, he was like, oh yeah, don't forget. Say something about Hoppe Hour. I'm like, oh, all right, I guess.
No,
I felt a little hoary, but that's fine.
Did you do it?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Oh man, how cool!
No, I really appreciate it.
If you share 50% of the show's name, because we already discussed it.
Yeah.
Like if I was on the show and I was sitting in on your show, and I was the person on another show, I would mention it. I was just asking for a free plug.
I know, and you definitely deserved it, and I definitely.
I'm not going to change the name to Hoppy and AJ, and here's why. There's this radio show, and I think it's somewhere up north. It's called Chaz and AJ up in Connecticut.
What kind of name is Chaz? I mean, come on.
But it's Chaz and AJ.
You should change your name to Chaz. Anyway,
there's some like morning zoo show up there. They do real well, and I was like, I just don't feel like having that and AJ thing. And I've built a name here with the name Hoppe Hour.
What about AJ and Hoppy?
How about you just take over the show and make it better?
AJ Hour. AJ Hour. I love it. Yeah, it sounds great.
Because, dude, like, I would like to think I have talent. Like, I have a lot of issues when it comes to not having confidence. Like, 1 minute, I'm on top of the world. The next minute, I'm going, am I good? But I will say, I feel like the product's a lot better when I'm actually here amongst friends, and I'm not just like ranting at home like some hack like Alex Jones. Because I'm not saying I'm anything like him where I have fake opinions, but I feel like nobody wants to hear Hoppy for a whole hour yelling about the news when I could, mix it up. And I want to have my show be like one where like you feel like you're hanging out with friends. I don't want it to be, oh my God, it's this kid that's kind of got talent, but he's just yelling about things, and you listen for 5 minutes. Like, if I help out the show by sharing the talking time with other people, that's what radio shows are. There's not one show that's just one guy yelling. Alex Jones isn't on the radio. He's an internet show heard in little cities. He's not that legit.
I can think of a bunch of local guys that are one guys, like Dan Maduri, Eric Asilius, Mark Levin.
And it works for them, but it wasn't working for me. It was getting played out. Even I was like, okay, this is kind of getting
That's unfortunate because I actually have to cut it short tonight. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, me too. I was actually I'm gonna get some McDonald's.
Yes.
And I'm also, what I'm doing is thinking, I want to grow a show where we feel like we're amongst friends talking, so I have friends that I do the show with.
Who told him we were friends?
Yeah, it sounds like he needs friends, man.
Yeah,
no, but what I'm saying is, I'm friends with Randy, who's on the Woody Show out in Los Angeles. He does movie reviews for them. He's their video producer. The kid's got a lot of talent, and I've been friends with him for about 5 to 6 months now. And he's going to be one of the members of the panel. I'm going to have different friends call in, and we're going to talk about the news. Mm-hmm. And then it'll be like we're just hanging out, and we all see the same prep, so we know what's going on. And my old co-host, Ryan SuperRICH. I used to do Hoppy and SuperRICH overnight in Chicago on WNUR 89.3. He's going to be given a call next to talk about the news, and then we're going to just shoot the crap and have fun with it.
That sounds good.
Can't wait. I actually saw a video. Like I was on YouTube, and then I don't know. I think I wanted to show my. I wanted to show my friend something, and then there was something in the mentions, and I saw your first Hoppe Hour episode with.
Awesome.
With Ryan SuperRICH.
What'd you think?
It was weird because like the first 10 to 15 minutes was you talking about where you want the show, like the direction of the show.
Full circle.
Only so much you could talk about, and then like I felt like you kept talking about shows that were more famous than yours. So like in order to kind of gain, it's like, oh, this kid knows good shows. Maybe he's gonna be good. Like
you just read me perfectly.
Yeah. What was that video that you posted on Facebook, Ryan? Maybe a few days ago, where it was
the music video.
Yeah, the music video
from my radio school.
What was that?
I saw that. No, that's what I was looking at. That was what I was looking at.
Yeah, I was like, they're mouthing the lyrics and they're like off by like 4 seconds, dude.
Okay, the black kid you were with had rhythm.
It was like subtitled, kung fu movie.
I went to this crappy radio trade school because the community college I was going to didn't have any credits to go intern somewhere. So I'm like, I'll just go to this place for a year, get an internship at Dance Factory, which is what I did. The problem with the radio school that I went to, they had boards, they had everything, but they made you take classes that you literally didn't want to take. Like they made video people take radio classes, and they made radio people take TV classes, and you're paying $17,000 for this place that forces you to take classes you don't want. So they would force us to do like music videos, and I didn't want to do it. So that was kind of like a, not saying F you, but it was kind of like, I don't want to do this.
So so let me get this straight. You went to a
radio trade school.
A trade school, okay. And it was called the Dance Factory?
No, that was the show I interned with.
Oh, okay.
I was
going to say, because you you can't dance at all.
No, I can't. I'm not saying the name of the place because I don't want to trash them because they helped me get into radio.
Sure.
But there's just so many things about it that drive me nuts because like it had so much potential, but everything was outdated.
That's every school you go to.
Yeah, stop whining.
Yeah, I have an education. Let's shut up. No, there's so many schools.
If you went there, you would you spend 2 months on things you didn't want to do. I'm just saying.
No, I get it, but honestly, I had to take a class called Survey of Jazz.
I understand.
At school once. And
I understand.
And that's like.
Are you into the jazz cabbage now?
I'm not.
Okay.
I can say it's safe to say I've never been into the jazz cabbage.
All right, here's the deal. Ryan SuperRICH will be giving us a call next with the news. So we're going to take a quick break. AJ?
Yes?
Where can people tweet at you?
They can tweet at me at PromoRed1025. And that's my only Twitter handle. I haven't created another one.
All right. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, at Kevin Holly Show 4. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that computer mouse, that tablet, however the hell you're listening to my show.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe, host of the 2-time award-winning Hoppe Hour podcast, and I am proud to announce about my new sponsor here in the Tampa Bay area, Speedy Link, the best Metro PCS dealer in all of the Bay Area. They have 22 locations covering this great Bay Area from Dade City all the way to Sarasota. Maybe you're sick and tired of your current cell phone dealer, and you're just thinking, man, I really want to switch to Metro PCS. If you go there to their main store at 7813 Palm River Road, and that's in Tampa, and you tell them that Ryan Hoppe sent you and that you're a listener of Hoppe Hour, they will hook you up with a great deal. What are you waiting for? Give them a call now at 813-626-0297. That's 813-626-0297 and visit them at 7813 Palm River Road in Tampa. Tell them I sent you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got new shoes on my rod. Yes, sir. Rolling down to 95, yes, sir. And you can see in my eyes, yes, sir, that I'm looking for a kitty pie, yes, sir. And we ain't gotta make love, yes, sir. And we can just cuddle up, yes, sir. If you want me to beat it up, yes, sir, then damn it, I'ma beat it up, yes, sir. My body, your body, my body, your body, my body, your body, my body, your body.
This segment is being brought to you by Mailtronic.com. At checkout, use keyword Hoppe for 20% off.
All right, welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. AJ,
yep,
on the phone line is my old co-host from the Hoppe and SuperRICH show that was on WNUR 89.3 FM in Chicago, and it was on theedgeonair.com. And what up, SuperRICH?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. So, AJ, talk to SuperRICH and tell him what you thought of the first time you found our show online.
All right, so I was telling Hoppe earlier. I saw the first show, and actually, no, I was genuinely impressed. Except that Hoppe kind of went on a tangent about going in a certain direction with the show for 15 minutes, and I saw you there kind of sitting back, and you're like, "Come on, just let's get the fuck on with the show." And he would, and he would ask you a question, and before you can actually get a word out, he would interrupt you. But
yeah, dude, I've been listening to a lot of our old show, man. We did this thing, was it the Ice Bucket Challenge or a porno? And every clip, you knew what the answer was. It was so wacky.
I just have a question for you, man. How did you do it? Because not only did you have to put up with Hoppe, but you had to put up with young adult. Just started to drink Hoppe. I don't know. Was it tough?
Well, I mean, it was kind of tough. I mean, Hoppe's a nice guy. and we had a really good show and stuff. But yeah, it was hard to start off. But I think he's grown a lot since then, so I think that's a good thing. I mean, your show right now is good, but I mean, on Northwestern Radio, it was fun, but it wasn't as structured as it is now. Right?
Dude, I would have you like read the news, and then you would read 2 sentences, and then I would like rant for 5 minutes, and then I'd be like, "So what else does it say, SuperRICH?"
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, but I mean, I'm glad that we're kind of doing the same thing that we did back then, going through these. But
we're going to do it right
and talking about them.
But this time it's going to be done right. So I sent you some news clips. Did you get the one about Sonic?
Yeah.
So what happened?
All right, so this was in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
A Mississippi fast food restaurant says people smoking marijuana in its drive-thru will not be served after a patron blew smoke into an employee's face. So,
dude,
that's pretty interesting. And apparently the local newspaper down there reported that a sign in the window of a Sonic in Gulfport says, "If you are smoking weed in a drive-thru, you will not be served. Please show some common courtesy and smoke and air out before pulling up to the order." Wow. So they're pretty much condoning that it's okay for you to smoke and then go through. But they want you to make sure that you're not smoking in the drive-thru.
Well, that's where they make their business. They need high people to keep going. That's where they get the munchies.
And think about it, like, imagine working that job overnight, because during the day you're just getting hardworking average Joes or teens that are just trying to get a quick meal. Dude, that overnight must be awful when it's like, yeah, I have 3 bacon cheeseburger. Make that 4. I'll have an ice. No, wait, it's not on. I'll take 4 fries. Imagine having to deal with them, because like when you're high, you're not all there. So imagine the pain, SuperRICH, of like having weed be blown in your face while you're taking the money. Like, that's how bad it got, is they had to put up a sign.
I mean, I would welcome it.
Hey, you know what? They should. They should fight.
Yeah,
back.
I mean, I would be annoyed. I would be annoyed if I was working there, especially overnights, and you have to deal with that.
Hey, SuperRICH, it's Kevin. I would fight back and maybe get high before you go to work and blow it in every car. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, there are times when you go to a fast food place, you can just tell when the person's high, because they're like, "Can I take your order?"
Because they forgot your straws and your napkins.
You can still tell, too. Like, SuperRICH, you know what I mean? Like, you go there, and you can just hear, there's 3 different people that answer it when you're at the fast food line. There's the first person that's really excited. Mm-hmm. "Welcome to Wendy's. How can I help you?" Blah, blah, blah. The second person is one that just kind of cares and goes, "Welcome to Wendy's. What can I get you?" And then there's the person that's either dumb or high, and they're like,
the B team.
"Welcome to Wendy's. What can I get you?" And that's when you know they're either slow, they've been working all day, or they're high. It's so obvious, SuperRICH. And me and you, we used to go out to eat during our times at the radio place we went to. So I feel like we dealt with all these different characters in that weird neighborhood.
We definitely did. No doubt about that.
So what does the second article say?
Okay, so this is from Ohio, in Meredith, Ohio, I think, or in Nazareth, Ohio, actually. Highly intoxicated man hit girlfriend with pizza. So,
all right.
Screw her, man.
We're already off to a good start there.
She had it coming.
So an Ohio man is charged with assault and criminal damage after police say he attacked a woman, including throwing a pizza into his girlfriend's face.
Dude.
And if you look at his mugshot, I mean, we're on a roll here with this mugshot of this guy.
Was it hot pizza or cold pizza, or did it say?
I would guess hot, because I feel like hot would burn you more.
The biggest
I'm assuming.
The biggest crime it would be if it was a pineapple pizza. Then that's when you gotta have to step in like, whoa, dude, you're going to jail, buddy.
SuperRICH, I don't know about you, man, but I am not down with pineapple pizza. If it's given to me for free, I'll eat it because I love free pizza. But man, there's nothing good about it. People try to act all like smart and different than you. "Oh, I love pineapple on my pizza." No, you don't. You're just trying to be different than everybody else. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not a fan.
But it makes your goo taste better for the females, I've been told.
Jesus, Shock.
What?
What are you, 2014 Hoppy?
Shut up! What's the next story?
What else happened in SuperRICH news?
The next story here is out of Houston. A Harris County assistant treasurer is accused of stealing $35,000 to pay for a blackmailing dominatrix.
All right.
Dude.
So that's kind of a bad story because he's an assistant treasurer. He's accused of stealing more than $35,000 from a credit union to pay off the dominatrix who was blackmailing him. So he got in with the wrong person.
Dude, I'm the biggest pussy, man. I don't like any pain when it comes to making love. I don't know what goes on in a person's life where they're like, I need a dominatrix. Like, something happened as a kid where, like, being in pain brings pleasure to you.
It's therapy, Ryan. Yeah. It's like your dominatrix is also like your therapist. You tell her stuff, and she's like, "Oh, did that make you feel?
Why?
Like
do you know about it?
Yeah. Did that make you feel like a little bitch?
Yeah.
It
seems like you know a thing or two about dominatrix.
Maybe. And then next thing you know, she knows your whole life story, and now it's blackmail.
Does it ever turn into a hookup at all? Ever?
What, are you asking me?
Yeah, because you know a lot about it.
Every time. Yeah. That's why you do it.
You seem like you know a lot about it.
You just got to keep your mouth shut, you know?
You know, like...
That's why you put the ball gag in your mouth. You don't say anything.
SuperRICH, would you ever get one? Has it ever even crossed your mind?
No, not at this point. It has not.
Maybe tomorrow, but not right now.
Right. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, but not yet.
Yeah, I just think it takes a really special person to do it. Like, I actually got tased on the Mike Calta show 2.5 years ago. It was terrible. Sahara Huxaby, this beast of a girl.
What was that feeling?
Dude, so they had me pinned against the wall, and they tased me. Dude.
Do it again.
My ass was so sore. It was awful. I couldn't sit on my ass without any pain.
They tased your ass? Like,
yeah.
In the butthole or just the cheeks?
And then she whipped me, too.
No, I need to know. Was it the cheeks or was it
It was the cheeks. It was not inside.
It'd be inhumane if it was a butthole.
Yeah, that would be a little too far. That's where you cross the line.
Hey, I had to ask.
Sarah McLachlan would have came. So picture Hoppy.
I asked because I one time I was crossing the street on my bicycle and I fell off the seat and I racked myself, but it didn't. I was leaning back and it didn't hit my actual junk. It hit my butthole, and it hurt. Dude, it hurt so bad.
That was the craziest way you said butthole.
And it hurt so bad that I had to get off the bike, and I immediately found like the closest safe place, which is the mulch right there by the entrance to Target, and I laid down and cried like a baby, dude. And that was like a year ago.
I feel like you're a very sentimental guy. I feel like even though you're 48.
42. Jesus, man.
48.
Come on.
Even though you're 67.
I love when I say the wrong age.
SuperRICH, what's the next story?
What up, SuperRICH? What's next?
Just to finish up on this, her name is Mistress Cindy.
Mistress who?
Cindy.
Oh, yeah, I know her. Yeah.
That sounds like someone who'd blackmail.
Totally, yeah.
It totally does.
Mistress Cindy is on the news.
Again,
for the 17th time.
I bet her and Trump have hooked up. It just sounds like someone to be into.
Yeah, that's his go-to whenever
that's
he's
fake news. That's fake news. I love Trump.
Moving on, because I don't. What else is up in SuperRICH news?
Okay, a woman was arrested for her 7th DUI in her 7th different state.
Are you kidding?
That's pretty crazy.
She's on Route 66.
She's also from Illinois. I don't know her, so.
I hope you don't know her.
I'm glad I don't. So she's a Minnesota woman. She was last arrested in Minnesota, I should say. She's one of the worst DUI offenders in the United States after her 7th arrest in as many states. So her name is Tasha Schleicher, and
guilty.
She was charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated drunk driving, 2 counts of misdemeanor drunk driving, not having vehicle insurance, driving with a revoked license, and transportation of open alcohol while driving.
Dude, that just sounds like a girl you want to bring home to Thanksgiving dinner. It's just a class act all around.
Wait, what was her name?
Oh, yeah.
Schleicher?
Yeah, her Tasha Schleicher.
Oh, man.
What a great girl.
I remember things. Hey, can we guess what states she got her DUIs in? Minnesota's one, right?
Mm-hmm. I would say
Minnesota's one.
Wisconsin.
And I'm assuming Illinois is one because she's from there. So.
Well, you're assuming that means you don't have a list, so it's pointless for us to guess the states.
We should take the time and look up her criminal record like creeps.
Yeah, let's get her mugshot. Put it on my wall of fame.
So, SuperRICH, where can people find your work? Where can they check out everything you've been up to?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter at Ryan Stuprich, STUPRICH, and also me and your other former co-host Ryan Risky. We still do Sports Renegades, which is a sports podcast, and that is on Thursdays. So you can listen live to that on sports.chicago.com or check out the podcasts on Spreaker and YouTube.
Well, SuperRICH, it was great having you on. I feel like this was a lot better than the old hacky radio I used to do where I would interrupt you. So it's been a lot of fun having you on.
Hold on, can I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
What up?
When you guys were doing it together back in the day, right, you're super big and he's super rich. You guys could have been super big and super rich, man. You know what I mean? Like the country. No? Okay, never mind. He's
sorry you had to hear that dad joke, SuperRICH. Well, dude.
No problem.
I will be sure to hit you up and we can maybe do this next week. Sounds good, bro?
Sounds good.
All right, see you, dude.
Oh, no.
What were you going to say?
I was going to ask for any tips on how I can handle you. Like, how I can...
Are you having a hard time now?
No. I mean, it's all right now. I'm just saying in the future, I mean, who knows?
Dude, he did 2 shows a week with me, and we hung out all the time. So,
any recommendations for your new co-host who signed papers to be on Hoppe Hour?
What are my benefits?
I would say... humble the fuck out of me. If there's ever a time, that's the one F word I'll use on the show. If there's ever a time I'm annoying you because it's our show, even though it has my name on it, we're sharing it 50-50 because I'm trying to get this on the radio. So if there's ever a time, because I kind of got annoyed with you this week and we had a good talk, if there's ever a time you're annoyed with me or you have a critique, don't hold back. Don't feel like, I'm going to piss off Hoppy's ego. I'm a pussy. Words actually offend me, so I need to work on that. So if there's ever a time you want to call me out, AJ, go right ahead.
We're going to have to work on your voice, but that's another conversation for another day.
What's wrong with my voice?
No, just...
so make it more sultry.
We'll talk about it after the show, don't worry.
Just be a little more sexy.
I'm kidding, dude. Your voice is perfect. I love your voice.
It's unique, isn't it?
It's unique. It's very... it's safe to say... I've never heard another voice like Ryan Hoppe.
Yep.
Like Ryan Hoppe's voice.
All right, here's the deal. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hey kids, it's Brother Weeze from the Weeze Show, and you're listening to Hoppe.
All right, welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. Also here with my new co-host, AJ. What up?
Hello.
And also show producer, I guess I can say, Kevin Holly. What up, Kev?
Oh, show producer? I mean, I'm just standing here, man. But hey, everybody.
I feel like you're my manager because you give me life advice and you let me use your room. So I feel like saying producer is kind of an insult because you're letting me use the room because I'm not really producing anything because I'm using your room. So
it's very unprofessional if you're his manager giving him life advice. You gotta have to.
I understand.
Keep work.
Yeah, he doesn't have to take
life.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'll tell you what, though. One of the coolest things about meeting Ryan Hoppe the first time, 2014 or 15 or whatever
15.
it was, he asked me straight up questions. What's it like to be a dad, man? What's it like to be divorced? What's it like to be married? And he had all these really cool questions, and it was off the air, and that's how we got to know each other, It was weird, but I really respect that from a young man. Asking a guy, I'm almost exactly twice your age. And that was just to me, that really rubbed me the right way. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, this guy's asking really good questions, He's trying to feel me out, and he's got actual goals in life and stuff like that. I don't mean to be all warm and fuzzy on your show, but...
You're showing emotion. You're showing a real side of you.
I'm an emotional guy, bro.
You are, man.
I am.
You will send the longest messages sober. It's really touching. You know what? Speaking of my old flaws, which I'm trying to work on, you know what was a bad flaw? Was you would pour your heart out.
I do a lot, yeah.
Then I wouldn't respond for 2 months. I was an asshole.
I never went that long, but you sometimes. But you're busier than I am. I have a set schedule. I have days I do this, days I do that, and you are like all over the place. You don't know what you're doing next week. Are you doing a hockey game at the end?
I'm hopefully getting a second job. So.
Well, whatever. Yeah, that's even more busyness. You know what I mean? I get it. It's all good. I'm not mad at you. Now you text me all the time. I can't get rid of you.
That is true. I feel like I text you more. I feel like I text you a lot at night, and you're like sleeping, but I'm board hopping overnight, and I'm lonely. I want your companionship.
Sometimes, though, when you do that, I'm up for an hour with you. You know what I mean? And we go back and forth, which is always fun.
AJ.
Yeah.
So, are you either bad at responding back to texts, or am I annoying?
Yes.
There's varying degrees. If it's like after a week that we worked a lot of lightning gigs together, I look at like a message from you. I'm like, it can wait about an hour.
Just an hour?
I mean, it can wait a few hours. I don't know. No, I mean, I'm really bad at text. I mean, if you look at my phone now, I think I have like 17 unread messages.
Because you know what's weird is like AJ for some reason and Trey, my friend here who's hanging out, they have it set up where you can read the messages. So like, I know you guys see it because we're on our phones 24/7. Because there was a meme I saw like 6 months ago where it's like, oh, they didn't text back. Don't worry, it's not like we're on our phones 24/7. So it's weird how AJ and Trey have it set up on red. So once they read it, it lets me know that they read it. It says it underneath and says what time it is. And there's times it'll go a whole day without them reading it, but I know they saw it. It's the weirdest thing.
I don't know. I mean, Me, personally, I'm terrible at texting
and
back.
that's actually a good thing. It's better to be awful at sending texts in 2018 because that means you're living in the moment.
Well, you can ask any of my friends, even Trey right here, that I prefer talking like on the phone. Like I prefer to call people rather than just text messages. I want that direct communication.
I'm the opposite. Yeah.
I'm not big on text. So like the best way to reach me is through phone call because I mean I always have my phone with me. With text, it's like kind of a psychological thing where I'm like I can get back to them at a later point of the day, and then sometimes I'll forget to even.
So text isn't as important to you as a phone call. Well,
yeah.
Seems like the norm, I guess.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I don't know about Ryan, but every time I text you, AJ, you get back to me immediately. Like within 5 minutes.
I mean, I respect you, but like, I mean, I don't know. What, Ryan?
No, I get it. I'm at such
kidding.
a weird point in life that like I don't know. No, you're not kidding.
No,
I feel like
low is confidence. I respect you as a human being.
We love you, man.
You do. Very soon, Randy from the Woody Show on all 98.7 will be calling in.
It's gonna get Randy up in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I know what you're talking about. Like he will ask you deep questions. I remember
it's
once,
amazing. Yeah.
Like this isn't that deep, but I remember we're just driving.
Sorry, the fries are ready. Let me get those.
Well, someone's calling. Okay.
What up, Randy?
What's up, man?
So you have dealt with the same thing because right now we're talking about how I like to get a lot of advice from friends and I text people a lot. This is Randy from the Woody Show on all 98.7. He is on the air. And you've dealt with me giving you a call for an hour or us sending texts back and forth. The two people I'm dealing with right now on the show that are my, let's say, friends and co-hosts, Kevin and AJ. They both have had to deal with the same crap that you guys have had to deal with where I call you guys and I talk to you guys. What is your take, Randy? Because we haven't met yet, but I would say you're a friend. Like, does it annoy you?
Right.
Do my texts annoy you? Because
the thing with Hoppy asking for advice, she'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, you should try doing this or you should try doing this or that. And then there'll be like a little pause. And then Hoppy will say something completely irrelevant to the conversation.
Yep.
I'll
You
be
did
like,
that tonight, man.
I'll be like, dude, just keep doing whatever you're doing, or just, whatever pertains to the conversation. And Hoppy will just be like, well, do you think things will get better? I'm like, I just told you what to do to make them better.
Thank you.
It's like if you don't listen to my advice that you asked for, it won't get better.
But Randy, I tried making my life better, and nothing got better. I'm like, well, did you listen to what I told you? What'd you tell me? I'm like, well, then there you go.
It's so true.
He'll also like. I work with promotions. I work in promotions with him, and sometimes like on the car ride. The car ride is the worst time to ever get in a conversation with him, because that's when all of like everything is festered up in his head, and it's time for him to release all this knowledge that he has. So he'll try to talk to me, and I'm trying to politely tell him fuck off, but and I'll keep driving, and then all of a sudden, like after he's done saying what he's saying, before I can even say something, he's like, "What are you thinking about?"
Yeah, Hoppy's worst enemy is Hoppy. Yes. Like everything could be all fun and dandy, but then somehow Hoppy will find something bad.
Yeah, I gotta work on it. I'm really negative.
He thinks he's going bad, and then he blows it up 1,000 times worse than it actually is.
It's called overthinking. It's the worst.
I think we had one job where someone came up to us and was like, "Oh, you guys did a great job." And then, he was like, "Yeah, oh my God, that's so big."
Right. I mean, and then it's a good thing he has his podcast. It's a good thing he does radio, because God forbid he stops talking and starts thinking. Because he makes everything that much worse. As long as he's not talking, I think. And I think that benefits all of us.
Well, the girl gave us a compliment, and then a minute later, he's like, "Oh, what do you think she meant by that?" Like, she just gave us a fucking compliment.
Oh my God.
Just let it be. Let it sit.
Dude, Randy,
do you think I'm doing a good job, bro? Do you think I'm doing a good job? I don't know a single other person who has a podcast, so I think you're doing a pretty good job.
Randy, I got one for you. Ryan called me up a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Hey, man, can you help me with my car?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a shade tree mechanic. I work on boats and stuff. Sure." And he's like, "I just need to I need to clean it out so I can use it for Uber." And I was like, "Okay, how bad is it, dude? And he's like, "Well, can I come to your house?" And I'm like, "Well, it's like an hour drive from where you're at to come wash."
I would have done the drive.
I know, but I'm like, so I sent him a bunch of YouTube videos, like how to wash your car, how to wash your car effectively at the car wash, stuff like that.
Hoppy gets so into his own head that he thinks he's gonna mess anything up. Like if something as mundane and simple as washing a car, he's like, "Well, are you sure I can't go over there and you can help me?" I'm like, "Dude, you put water on the car, and you keep putting water on the car until it's clean. You live in Florida. You're in a peninsula. You have plenty of water, so I think you'll be fine."
Yeah, you get a free vacuum if you go through the car wash. So your car gets washed automatically, and you don't have to pay for the vacuum.
Yeah, man. You know that? Yeah, Hobby. You know they have car washes at gas stations that you drive your car through, right?
He's afraid parts will fall off of it, get whipped around in there. It's true.
I feel like I need to really dig deep and not get offended by this, but it really is hitting me because, I just live in denial of my flaws. Then my poor girlfriend has to deal with it. Oh my God, am I the worst human? It's just
I think it goes hand in hand with the fact that you live in a bungalow or a storage bin. So small compartment living space makes you just the only thing you have room for. You have room for a TV. It's a miracle you even fit a camera or a computer in there. So all you have is you yourself, which is the worst possible combination you can have.
Dude, Randy, I've been there twice, and the bathroom, the toilet, it's like a little kid toilet, and it's in a closet.
I'd imagine it's probably like a prison cell.
It literally is a prison cell.
There are cops everywhere.
Yeah, dude, I live in the weirdest neighborhood. You just hear gunshots at night, but I'll look at the blotter the next day. There's no murders on my block. I just think it's just people shooting guns in the backyard. It's great.
Being in California, being from California, born and raised, you always hear stories about Florida or people from Florida, and you're like, "Oh, that's far-fetched. That can't be true." And then I met Hoppy, and I'm like, "Oh, shit, I guess the stories are true."
You think it's fake news?
Yeah.
Randy, whereabouts in California were you born and raised?
Burbank, California.
Oh,
so
Burbank.
it's funny because the city it's kind of like the biggest small city, I guess you could say, because a lot of stuff goes on here. The Warner Brothers have their studios here.
Mm-hmm.
iHeart has their LA location here. Jay Leno used to do his show out of here. And there's tons of things happen and go around. Tons of things happen and, in Burbank. It's just weird, you know. I was born and raised here of all places.
Yeah, man. And what I like about you, too, is you're 21 years old, but you carry yourself like as if you're 28 or 29. There's this thing about you, which is why I think the Woody Show gave you a job for them. It's because when I first heard that you were 21 years old, I was like, no, he's not. Because like you carry yourself in a very well manner, like you're older. It's a compliment.
I mean, it's honestly, man, for a lot of things in life that I've faced, or just from the outside looking into it, it's just really common sense, man. You know, like, sometimes I meet some people who are twice my age or older my age who just act dumb or act a fool, I guess. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just the way I am. I guess I've never really noticed it. I suppose that I find myself quote unquote more mature. I just find myself being me, I guess.
So, you're 21 years old. So basically the last 10 years was when you grew up, and it's kind of the same for me. Kevin's the old guy in the room. But AJ was also a guy who grew up within the last 10 years. So we're in our 20s. And I thought about, Kevin can chime in as well, just like the different trends from the last 10 years of things that like we thought would be here and then just kind of came and went. Like I'm looking at this list from BuzzFeed, and the one product that I thought would have been so cool to have, but I never had, was a portable DVD player. Remember how cool that was? Like you thought you were so cool.
Yeah.
You're watching a movie in your backyard, and you look at it, and you're just like, it's so outdated.
Yeah, it's funny because my sister had one growing up, so I thought, I mean, granted, she was watching her own little videos, you know, to keep her entertained, but I always thought that was super cool. You know, I always figured DVDs and would still be a thing, and I mean, they kind of are with the whole Blu-ray stuff, but nowadays it's more like you buy a Blu-ray just to have the collection of it, I guess, of the movie itself, because you can find any movie you want online off of like lots of different services.
AJ, wouldn't you say that DVD will soon be a VHS within the next 10 years? I just don't see any reason for one within 10 years. I mean, I feel like people have it because people in their 40s and up keep using DVD players, but I would say in 2038 we'll look back and it will be like a VHS.
I would say by the time in 2020, I think that's when it's going to become that obsolete. I mean,
what's the difference about 2020?
No, I'm just saying I feel it because I don't know anyone personally who still uses DVD. Even my grandparents who live in Altoona, Pennsylvania, with nothing around.
Yeah.
And they're still living in the 80s, but they don't even have Blu-ray or regular DVD anymore. They just go off Roku. And I just think that's not at all.
I still have a dual monitored headrest mountable DVD player in my car. Yeah. And I just whip it out from the trunk and throw it on for the kids. You know, that's my old guy comment, but it still works. You throw a DVD in that.
It's not a bad. I feel like as far as that, like things like that go, it's always going to work in the car.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really trust the kid with a phone or an iPad or something at a certain age.
You really are.
You know what I mean,
Randy?
So you just slap on a movie, slap on something to keep it entertained, and you just go and drive it.
Speaking of slapping and DVDs, AJ. You got a DVD's nuts! Woo! Thank you. Sorry.
Wow, that was terrible.
Get out.
What? Really?
Right. As you will learn through each week, Randy, Kevin is the king of dad jokes, so you'll have to learn to appreciate his, because he's actually a father of 2 daughters, so he actually is the king of dad jokes.
I've also I drank like a half a bottle of whiskey before we started this, so this is my escape, man. I come here to relax.
Mm-hmm. Here's another trend I see here from BuzzFeed. The one time I'll use BuzzFeed because it's fake news, but this is actually real news. Randy, remember when it was so cool that a person got a Razor phone because everybody else was using those Nokias? I'm trying to say Jesus Christ. Remember when everybody was using the Nokias? And then all of a sudden, everybody then began using Razors, and it seemed outdated.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, for me, I never had a Razor phone. My mom did.
Yes.
And I guess to her it was a really big deal. I mean, my first ever phone was an NV2 from Verizon. But as far as, like, for me, what was huge was when phones started to be able to have the capability to take pictures. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, like you would take a picture, and then from the picture you go on options, and you choose like a cool little border outline or filter to put on it. You know what I mean?
If you look at old pics, if you look at old pics, you can just tell it was taken with one like from 2006 or whatever, man. Some of it looks so bad, dude.
Right. No, yeah, I agree. I mean, my phones, until I got to an iPhone, obviously all my pictures were naturally just crap, and I was so surprised at how much better iPhones were when it came to taking pictures and just doing all around stuff. Like, to me, I was mesmerized at the fact that I could like touch the screen and things would like activate from me touching the screen. You know what I mean?
Speaking of handhelds, there was always like a trend on TV that like the nerdy character would have like the PDA, like the thing with the little like.
It's like a calculator with a stylus.
Yeah, basically a calculator with a stylus. And I remember, like, as a kid, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I want one of those. They'll never create something as cool as that.
How about the old the calculator watches that you could cheat on tests in high school with? Remember those?
I was a good kid in high school. I never.
Were you a good kid though?
No, not really. But like, not in the sense that I would cheat. I would drive teachers to quit their jobs.
Randy, not Andy. Jesus.
Where's Andy?
Yeah, where'd he go? Randy, what type of kid were you like growing up?
I was pretty much a goody two shoes, I guess. And not too much, but I was the kind of kid who I didn't want to get in trouble, not because I wanted to stay away from all that, but and it's trouble I mean like being mischievous and whatnot. But I just didn't want to deal with the repercussions, because growing up in the house that I did with my mom, I just didn't want to deal with getting yelled at and getting grounded. So you know what? It's not even worth it. I'm just not going to get into any of this crap. But then when I got to high school, like late middle school, early high school, and on, I was like, all right, school sucks. But I still did it. I still went through the motions. I still I could have probably done better in school, but I didn't do terrible. I still passed, and I'm in college and whatnot. But
hey, Randy.
Yeah.
For those of us listening that haven't met you or seen you online, and any of that good stuff, can you describe what you look like? Maybe a celebrity that you look like.
A celebrity that I look like, and I hate. I hate when I have to give the comparison because it sounds like the two most egocentric comparisons ever. But the two people who I've been compared to, one because of my hair, because I really like poofy hair when it's grown out, is Bruno Mars, only because of my hair, I guess. And then the second one would be The Rock. And see, that's the one that I hate comparing myself to, because every time I say it, people think I'm just full of shit. I'm like, no.
I don't know if I believe
saying
that.
I'm The Rock. I'm saying I kind of look like him, but
come on, man. That's like saying you look like the most perfect specimen of human.
Yeah, man, it's just tough though because they're like, oh, because sometimes I have like, has anyone ever told you you look like The Rock? And it pains me to be like, yes, they have, because then they're like, oh, my bad, sorry, dude. Mr. Hotshot over here. I'm like, no.
Count your blessings, dude. People compare me to pre-weight loss Jonah Hill. That's something that's hard to lose, and I really want to lose it bad.
I like Jonah Hill.
I'm showing them a pic of you, Randy. Do you think this guy looks anything like The Rock? Where is it? Let me. The guy on the left. Let me get another picture.
Oh my God! Yeah, he
everybody gather around here. Yeah,
he really does. Yeah.
Steven Seagal meets The Rock.
Are you good at moving your eyebrows?
Well, Steven Seagal's a weirdo, but I'll take the look comparison, so that's okay.
You're a very handsome man, Randy. Very handsome man.
Thank you.
Randy, did you ever play the game The Sims growing up? Was that ever one of your things that you played?
Occasionally, maybe once or twice. I was never really a big computer games kind of guy. I was more like the consoles. Yeah. And when it came to the consoles, I was, first-person shooter or, sports, whatever. Sims never really attracted me, but every once in a while, I guess I'd play the Sims game if I had it, at my disposal, or a game like it.
Because it says right here on BuzzFeed.com that was one of the most popular games of 10 years ago. And it's so weird to think now that it's basically not even a thing. Like, literally nobody cares about The Sims. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's still a niche for it. I still have some friends that I guess I play it here and there. It's a fun way to pass time or keep yourself, entertained. yeah, it's definitely not as big as what it used to be. But I feel like there's definitely still a niche out there for it. There's definitely still people playing Sims. Same like how there's still people playing RuneScape, or
what about
for the longest time there are people playing Club Penguin until it shut down.
All I did with Sims is make a female character so my character can boner all the time. That's just to live out my childhood fantasies.
Both of those characters were on a Roller Coaster Tycoon at the same time. They're getting it on at the amusement park,
Dude, it's just so weird to think that how things change in like 10 years. Like, it's weird to think that like my cousin, who was born in 2004, is going to be a freshman this year. And there's so many things that he will never know about, like the Sims. It's just gone away. You know what I mean? It's just weird to think.
Right.
It's just so weird to think that, like, you thought you were going to be that age forever, and then you're like, oh, crap. Like, it's so weird. There's all these famous people on, like, Twitch and any website, and I feel so out of the loop that I've never heard of them. It makes me feel like ancient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's times are definitely changing, and obviously just how it has been before, people have to evolve, and you've got to evolve, And I feel that the biggest problem for a lot of people is the refusal to evolve. And once they finally actually get started in doing that, getting with the times, easier than what they thought. Like when I show someone, like a family member who's only been using DVDs, you can watch all these movies and have them at your disposal on some, like on Vudu or Netflix or whatever. They're mesmerized. Like, wow, holy crap, I could do it. I could have done it the whole time. It's like, yeah, And plus, like, stuff nowadays is made to be easier for us. I think that's the biggest problem, the biggest crutch for a lot of people. They're afraid of things being harder, more difficult, when in reality, our generation's, like, super lazy. So we make everything to be super easy anyways.
It's such a good point, dude. I feel like you're one of the few people I know that will say that our generation sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but see, I feel like it's one of those things, or statements that gets, has some backing to it, but sometimes it gets played out because that's the same for everything, man. Like growing up, I'm sure, anyone in the room can agree to this, but growing up, you hear your parents talk about how when they were coming up, they had all these crazy stories they did, all the fun things they did with parents, and the parents before them all said the same thing too. This generation is doomed, Like when growing up, I would hear stories from my football coaches of what they would do back in the 70s in high school, back in the 70s and 80s. I'm like, holy shit, I could never get away with something like that nowadays, So I feel like there is definitely that part of our generation that is certainly lazy or just refuses to really, work harder.
Yeah.
But then I feel like there are some people in our generation who want to work harder. And sometimes they just can't because of, circumstances or just, just a victim of their environment or whatever, because like I know plenty of people who would love to change the world, but they were born in Fargo, North Dakota, with a dad who has to work 3 jobs to make things pass. You know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like there are definitely hardworking people for our generation, but they sometimes get overshadowed by the people who don't. You know what I mean?
Randy, Hoppe Hour is actually #1 in Fargo right now.
Perfect then.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so weird when I see that list that I post each week of different towns that are listening. I'm like, man, I got a ton of listens in like Cincinnati or like, let's say, Russia. I'm like, dude, it's just so weird to think that people are actually listening to this. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's friends talking. It's so weird when I look online and there's actually like people listening. It's a weird thing. Like for you, Randy, like for me, it's measly amount of listeners. It's nothing compared to you being on the Woody Show out in Los Angeles, the second biggest city in this continent, and then you guys are heard in like 17 different cities and on the American Forces radio network, so you're around the world. Does it ever seem real to you? Like, or does it just kind of get into a norm where you feel like you're just hanging out with your friends? Like, what's it like?
It's unique, I mean, I've said it before where it's like, the show is the main cast, and I'm simply, I'm not, I wouldn't say along for the ride. I help out and I do my part, but it's crazy for me because I know they've all worked so hard to get to where they are now, and they continue to work extremely hard. And so for me, it's really more of an honor to kind of work with them and see how they go about their day and whatnot. And just being around them and seeing how they react to all the success that they have kind of has fallen on me, where it's like, that's cool. We're in a new city. I'm pumped because it's new listeners, and I'm pumped because it means new fans, new people who we can integrate into the show and show them what we're about. But it never really hits me that we're on, Armed Forces Network in 175 different countries, or we're in like 15, 16 cities around the country. It's always keep a level head and just keep working hard.
You know what I like about
you want to always give the best. You always want to give your 100% and give your absolute best work every day.
And what I like about you guys, too, is that so many radio shows, these clowns, as Woody said on Twitter, try to go after you guys with that 1990s radio war thing. And I love how you guys shut it down. That's what I do, too. Whenever anybody tweets mean things to me, I just pretend it's not there. I just love how you guys do not go at that old format of beginning a war and promoting another show. It's very nice to hear a show do a different thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, granted, like I've explained to you before, I growing up, I never really had the huge dream of being in radio. It kind of fell into something I wanted to do one day, and a life change, if you will, that I decided to do. But when I see all these things, I'm so juvenile, so I'll be like, oh, what the hell, this show's talking whatever, they're saying this. But the show and the cast and everybody, they're very level-headed, like I said before, and they understand that we have bigger goals. They have bigger goals, and they have a lot more to achieve. So they can't dedicate time that we could have, or they could have dedicated to, bettering and improving ourselves for the next day, and just waste it on some other show that just wants to use us for clout. You know what I mean?
Randy, if I could chime in real quick, the previous answer to Ryan's last question I thought really resonated with me, where you said, everybody's really working very hard still, and you're getting new listeners and new people to contribute to the show. I think that is key to it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? When there's a good show out there, and you have the opportunity to have new listeners and new people, and different things that you can bring to the show to contribute to it, is key. You know what I mean? When people talk about what they're going to do next, what's on the next show, and it seems like people scramble to get guests and all this other stuff. But when you bring it down to the listeners and incorporating different people that are in the local market, wherever you might be, that resonates through all 17 or whatever it is of the different markets that you're in, and all of a sudden everybody feels like they're part of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, definitely. And the one thing, because like I said, this is the industry and whatnot is all definitely new to me. Just working with them is always super awesome, because I get to see through their eyes, and I get to learn stuff, the choices they make or the decisions they decide to go with. And so, it's really cool to see the impact we have on people who listen to the show. Or it's crazy to see tweeting, at us about how I can't go in, or where have you guys been? My commute hasn't been the same, or I'm in whatever city because I just moved here from LA, and then I'm super happy that I can now go back to my regular everyday guys. So it's super cool. It's super surreal. I don't really see it hitting me, I guess, because to me, working with them, it's like, don't get me wrong, it does hit them and it does hit us. Like, we're like, holy shit, we're in another city. But it's just like, you can't let it get to your head, because the next day you gotta always bring your A game. Bring the best material content you possibly can.
Yeah. A question from me. So you're 21. This time last year, where were you at? And because I'm trying to get into radio right now, I was actually had my first time being on air last Friday. And if you have any advice, and what were you doing last year? Like, how long have you been on the Woody Show?
Yeah, well, I've been with the show. So I started. Okay, so the way it was June of 2016. I was studying to be a physical therapist, kinesiology, But the thing was, I never really had a desire to be physical therapist. I guess really to be anything in general. Like I've explained it to Hoppe before. Mm-hmm. Whereas I'm envious of people who have the drive to do things, You know, like for me, I've always scrambled to find that one thing that makes me tick, that makes me go. And so, I was reflecting on, I guess, quote unquote, my life one day, and I was like, nothing really motivates me. I mean, there's not a lot of things that I do religiously every single day, but upon, my life, I guess, upon looking at it, I noticed that the one thing I did do every single day was listen to radio, listen to a radio show in particular, in this case, The Woody Show, which is the show I was listening to all the time. And so I decided, I love to talk. I'm kind of quiet in person sometimes, but I do like to talk. I just, I get nervous or whatever. But I decided, maybe I'll get. But it was kind of hard because there's not a going on. You can't really just Google up how do I get into radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not a how-to instruction sheet, I guess. But the one thing I did see was they all recommend intern. So I hit up the show. I texted. I called in. I sent emails. I was like, hey, I'd love to intern. What do I have to do to intern? And so they let me. They told me what to do, and so I finally got brought on board. I was super excited, starstruck. I'm like, holy shit, I'm working with the show that I love. And just from there,
wow.
I guess the hard work, I suppose. And I dislike tooting my own horn. I don't like saying that I work hard or I do this or I do whatever. But I just work, man. Like the requirements were 3 days. I started coming in 4. Then I started coming in 5. Then I started volunteering on the weekends to help out and do stuff. It's just there's the slogan for our show is all in.
Yeah.
And I decided I'd be all in. I decided if I'm going to dedicate myself to this, then I'm really going to do this. A lot of times you got to sacrifice things that you didn't think or don't want to sacrifice in order to achieve what you want to achieve. I sacrificed going with friends, sacrificed partying and whatnot. But I did it because, I decided that, for once, I'm going to find something that I want to do, and I'm going to really apply myself to it. And that's what I did with the show. I gave them my 110%, and, I was lucky enough to get a job when the position finally became available. But the one advice I always give people, I guess, for interns that come through the building and stuff, just keep working hard. Just don't allow yourself a downtime, because you realize if you're at a radio station or if you're in an internship or if you're doing a certain thing, there's a reason why you're there. There's a reason why somebody took you in and they let you be a part of the culture, or there's a reason why you decided that this is what you want to do. And you can't really let it get to your head and let it get to you. You just got to keep working hard. And then find something that you want to master and ask questions. Learn from people, Ask one person. This person says no. And that's the biggest problem with people, too. Like, never take maybe. Maybe is the worst response, in my opinion, because maybe means I'll get back to you when I do. And they never get back to you, because remember that a lot of people have 1,000 things going through their mind.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'd rather get a yes, which means, okay, you're going to teach me, or a no, which just means the next opportunity. So if you tell me no, okay, cool, I'm going to go to the next guy and see what he has to say. Yeah. You're going to tell me yes?
I tell Ryan no all the time. I'm like, Ryan, no. And he's expecting me to be like, no, please. And I'm like, no.
And Randy.
Right. Yeah, just keep working at it, ask people. And especially with this industry and with this job and career, you need to also realize that a lot of times you can't be afraid to putting yourself out there. We get ready to be ridiculed sometimes. We get ready for people to talk crap about you.
I've always heard.
Or prepare yourself if maybe you decide you want to move out and go somewhere else in the country and pursue what you want to pursue. But just never stop grinding, man. Always hustle.
And I always heard I was talking to an executive producer from the morning show over here, and is saying that don't be afraid to be shameless in terms of asking for your opportunity. And I'm talking with this one person right now, and I'm always giving them ideas for the show and what I could do, because I'm technically a producer for a show. I'm not on air yet for that show, but I'm always giving him advice. I'm always giving him ideas on what we could do. And finally, one day, he was like, "Yeah, we can actually do that." And I'm slated to be on air with him in about a month from now. So I mean, that's I've only been working with my company for only a year now, but I've definitely learned a lot, and a lot of everything that you said is definitely true. And
man.
Hell yeah, man.
Just find stuff that you want to do. Start making air checks. Start doing demos or whatever it is, and give them to your PD. See, you're not going to catch a fish unless you cast out your line, man. It could be that cliche guy, because it sucks for me because a lot of interns that come in, they're like, okay, well, what do I have to do? And I do advice. Like, oh, it's so easy for you to say because look at where you're at. You already have a job, you know, like what the fuck, man? Like, I'm going to graduate in 3 months. You're a junior in college. I thought I'm going to be on my ass in the street with nothing, like, with nowhere to go. Like, why should I listen to you? Or,
dude.
You know,
what about the
best advice you give me? And it's tough. It's tough because when I tell people, tell them the best way I can, you know, because I don't know, man. For me, it's hard because I don't want to sound like that pompous douche or that pompous guy who's like, oh well, it's easy, just work harder. Like, okay, it's easy for you to say to work harder, but what am I supposed to work harder at?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's really it, man. Just keep doing you know, but just always every single day try to work that much harder, I guess.
And what I noticed too about you guys is that Menace and Woody are at the top of their game, but at the same time, I feel like they care about young up-and-comers. You know what I mean? I feel like they actually want to help. And that's what I find humbling, is a lot of these shows, they act like they're too cool for the room once they've made it. But I love that you guys are literally in the second biggest city in this continent, but you guys talk to people. It's like you're human.
Yeah, you know, a big thing to success is transparency. You know, there's nothing sucks more than hearing someone or seeing someone and finally meeting them and them not being at all what you expect them to be. You know, like, people stop me at events. They're like, oh my God, Randy, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, what's up, man? And it's like, I'm myself, you know? I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. And I feel things that I've acquired from the show and acquired from every single person on the show is just be humble, you know? Just be humble, work hard, and treat everybody how you'd want to treat yourself, you know?
Well, Randy, where can people find your work? How can they tune into the Woody Show and the show you do at Ravy? Where can they find all your work?
Yeah, so if you want to tune in and listen to the show, if you're not in one of our cities, then you can find us just go on the iHeartRadio app and search up All 98.7 or search up The Woody Show. And on that very same app, you can find the podcast that I do with Ravy called Now. It's me, Cameron from our show, and one of Ravy's friends, Courtney, and we talk about, you know, nerding stuff, like cool old knickknacks here and there. And if you want to see the videos I edit and the videos I do, then you can just search up The Woody Show on YouTube, and you can share videos. And then as far as I go, if you want to find me, the rare chance you want to find me and see what I look like, just look up Randman, RANDMAAN, on Instagram and Twitter.
Well, Randy, thanks for being on the show. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm trying to build this panel with my friends, because I would think if we're all friends, then we'd be good. So the thing is, I can't wait to have you on next week, and what I might do is I'll send you the prep of the news that I'm going to talk about and have you read it, because I think you'd be very good at presenting it.
Okay, sounds good, man.
All right, have a good week, bro.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, see you, Randy.
See you, Randy.
See ya.
Yeah.
And that was Randy Chavez from The Woody Show on Alt 98.7 as he called into the show. All right, we're going to come back and wrap up everything after this. It's been about an hour, so do not touch that computer mouse, that tablet, however the hell you're listening to
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And now it's time for Tone Deaf Music Theater.
See, first of all, I know these so-called players wouldn't tell you this, but I'm going to be real and say what's on my heart. Let's get this chance and make this love feel relevant. Didn't you know I loved you from the start? Yeah. What I think about all these years I put in this relationship. Who knew we'd make it this far? When I think about where we would be if I just were to fall apart. And then I can't stand the thought of leaving you. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. Been feeling all the white, girl, I must confess. Girl, let's just get married. Girl, let's just get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. Been feeling all the white, girl, I must confess. Let's get married, baby, let's get married. What's up, guys? It's Ryan Hoppe from Hoppe Hour, and I am proud to tell you guys about my partnership with Malectronic. They give you Bluetooth audio devices with an enhanced sound, so you can jam out to your favorite songs anywhere. You can use the speakers from such devices as your phone, your computer, or any Bluetooth-capable device. You can also use it as a hands-free speaker in your car to take calls. It's that easy, I tell you. It's very portable, and you can bring them anywhere with its long sessions, which can give you up to 20 hours of non-stop power with a Bluetooth range of 30 to 50 feet. Now, if you go to Malectronic.com and at checkout use keyword Hoppe, you can save 20%. That's Malectronic.com, and at checkout use the keyword Hoppe. That is Malectronic.com. Malectronic. Sounds perfect. What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe, host of the 2-time award-winning Hoppe Hour podcast, and I am proud to announce about my new sponsor here in the Tampa Bay area, Speedy Link, the best Metro PCS dealer in all of the Bay Area. They have 22 locations covering this great Bay Area from Dade City all the way to Sarasota. Maybe you're sick and tired of your current cell phone dealer, and you're just thinking, man, I really want to switch to Metro PCS. If you go there to their main store at 7813 Palm River Road, and that's in Tampa, and you tell them that Ryan Hoppe sent you and that you're a listener of Hoppe Hour, they will hook you up with a great deal. What are you waiting for? Give them a call now at 813-626-0297. That's 813-626-0297, and visit them at 7813 Palm River Road in Tampa. Tell them I sent you.
This is firefighter Rafael Porriet reminding you that every day a portion of every Firehouse Subs purchase goes towards helping first responders. Try the new pastrami Reuben, loaded with hot pastrami, sweet and tangy slaw, and melted Swiss. For a limited time, get a medium pastrami Reuben for just $6.39. Firehouse Subs, enjoy more stuff.
Voted as best internet radio show in Tampa Bay, you're tuned into Hoppe Hour.
All right, back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe.
Woo!
What up, Kev?
Hi, Ryan.
Where can people find your show online?
KevinHollyShow.com. Tweet at me at KevinHollyShow4. That's the number 4.
AJ, what are you up to now?
What am I up to now? I'm getting ready to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Probably gonna grab something to eat. You want to get something to eat? You want to go on a little date?
Maybe. Let's see what's up.
Melissa can't come.
What are you up to? What's the work you're up to?
What's the work I'm up to right now? So I'm on the Lazy Ass podcast with Pugs and Dizzy. You can find us at Those Lazy Asses on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook. Give us a like and a follow for the Lazy Ass podcast. And that's about it right now.
Do you have things in the works?
A little bit of things in the works, but I mean, I'm not ready to yet confirm them.
I feel you, man.
You know what I mean?
Are you pregnant? Is that what this is?
I've been pregnant for a while now.
Okay,
as you
cool.
can tell. It seems about 7 years I've been pregnant.
You can't prove anything, man.
I cannot. I'm no, but I'm actually there's going to be a third podcast that I'm going to be a part of in the works. I don't want to announce that. We don't even know the name yet.
Did you sign a contract for that podcast?
We have not signed a contract yet. We have not. That's why.
I mean, is there like a no-go behind trap, like a circumvention of some sorts?
Listen, I'm just holding out for more money.
The old me would have been like, no, AJ can only do my show, and the new me is like, I don't care, because I know radio shows where you have to sign a deal, maybe one I worked on, and you can't talk to any other shows, and then you can't do anything on the side. I want AJ to grow. I don't want to keep him to the show and the promotions team, so I'm happy he's doing it.
Can he do porn?
I can do porn.
Okay. Just making sure, man, because I got a fourth podcast that maybe you might want to be on. I'm just saying, you know? It's heavily porn related.
Oh, God. Yeah, it is. Go to RyanHoppeRadio.com, at Ryan Hoppe Radio on Gram, Twitter, Hoppe Radio on Snapchat. Like the show on Facebook by searching up Hoppe Hour. Got some breaking news I cannot wait to get into. Some breaking news that I talked about on social media, but I will announce now. Speedy Link has 22 locations here in the Tampa Bay area. From Sarasota all the way to Dade City. They are the best Metro PCS dealer in all of the Tampa Bay area with 22 locations. And their main location is in Tampa. They will hook you up with a great deal. And that is at 7813 Palm River Road, and that's in Tampa Bay, Florida. Go there, tell them I sent you, and they will hook you up. They are the best in the Bay. Go to Malectronic.com, Malectronic.com, and they have the best Bluetooth speakers, the best headphones, any speaker you need, go there. Use the keyword Hoppy at checkout, and they will hook you up with 20% off. That's Malectronic.com. Email me, RyanHoppyRadio@gmail.com. And to get Hoppy Hour decals, go to tinyurl.com/Hoppy Hour decal. That's tinyurl.com/Hoppy Hour decal. All right. I think this show will get better week by week. I'm trying to build a show that we can get on air.
Can't get any worse. What?
Oh, good. A point.
Just kidding. I love you, Ryan Hoppy. Next week's going to be even better.
Oh, God, it is. What about you, AJ?
Part of the Hoppy Hour drinking game, every time he says, I'm trying to get the show on air, got to take 2 shots. Every time he says, we're going to get better as time goes, you got to take 3 sips of your beer.
But
I think you're drunk already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I can't have any more. I'm just kidding. I don't even drink.
All right, this has been Happy Hour. You never drink, Kevin. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy.
I love you, Ryan.
Signing off.
I am your co-host,
Woo!
Zafrilla, and we're signing off.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.